That should be better. Okay. Bit of a false start. Let me pull this up. Alright, we're back up. I think this should be more palatable. It was previously at a higher bit rate, but if I... It still feels... Am I crazy? Is it still, like, choppy? Maybe that's how it looks on stream? We did mess with the bit rate. It looks fine until I start moving, and then I feel like it looks odd. It'd be helpful if one of my friends was here to tell me. Should be fine. I think we're fine. If there's any issues, I'm sure I'll be, like, somebody will tell me. Let me look at it on the actual stream itself. Yeah, it looks fine. Yes, we're hunting. Okay. Let's see. We want Legend ZA Pokemon. That's the goal. So let's look and see what we got. We want any of the... Realistically, we're looking for starters that are going to be in ZA, which none of these are. We want any of the Kalos starters, primarily Chespin. Or I guess like Froakie. I don't have a Froakie or I don't have a shiny Froakie or shiny Greninja, and I don't have a shiny Fennec yet. So that's what we're primarily looking for, is one of those three. Let's make a grass type sandwich. So we can get more grass type spawns for those outbreaks. Replying to a message. Give me a second. Oh, I'm getting a notice on... Oh, thank you, Bread, for the follow. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was jalapeno, and then chili sauce and salt, I think. And then you drop one of the jalapenos. Bread, if you're here, can you tell me how the, like, stream looks? I changed the bitrate, and I feel like it was looking choppy for me, but I can't tell if that's just how Scarlet and Violet looks. So that would be helpful if you could tell me. Also, every time I go live with this game, it's like, what if we added a random border to it. Advice won't help. Well, I think it looks better now. They just need a second to like warm up. I just feel like it looks choppy when I run. But on the stream itself, you can't really tell. It might just be how it looks in Streamlabs. Okay, so now we do... Thank you for the sub, Fred. Yeah, we're doing some shiny hunting. We're looking for any of the Pokemon that are going to be in ZA that I don't already have for my shiny decks. So mostly Kalos Pokemon. Ones that are leaked to be coming. Oh, like him, actually. Exactly what we were looking for. And then depending on, you know, how quick we get this, we may do some, like I want to do, like, the Wordles. Shiny hunting is so advanced now. I wouldn't call it advanced. It's mostly, like, running around. I only learned yesterday when I was streaming that you can impact what outbreak spawn by making, like, a spawn sandwich. I'd say, like, not to sell myself short, but, like, the old shiny methods, like, there are some that I don't know how to do. Specifically Pokeradar in Gen 4 and Gen 6, I have no idea how to do that. People who do that are, like, actual wizards to me. But this is just, you look around, and then eventually one of them is a different color. Listen to the pod yet? Which one? Like the most recent one? Because I did listen to, like, most of the most recent ep, I think. Where it's the one where Ludwig is, like, lambasting them about the lights, right? About their episode about the lights. I don't know, I've been... Honestly, like... I went out and I did errands today. I got a haircut. I went to the post office, went to Walmart, and then I came home and got, like, figures for my collection at Walmart. So I was unboxing those, and also unboxing the ones that I got in the mail for my birthday. And I was listening to Lemonade Stand, if I'm being honest. Because I work in, like, a tech-adjacent job, it's just nice to have their insight. Yeah, I learned today that my barber is moving, like, 2 hours away. So she'll no longer be my barber. I'll be, oh, that's cool. I also I know it's going to be a busy day on Friday, so I took tomorrow off. I talked about it yesterday that I might take it off, but it's going to be hell on Friday, and I don't want to work a full week and then have Friday and Saturday be hell. But my barber is good. My story with my barber is the first time I ever went to see her, I told her what I thought I wanted for a haircut. She cut my hair, and it was exactly what exactly what I was looking for. And then after the haircut, she told me, by the way, what you, like, told me that you wanted was not at all what you said. I could just intuit that that's what you had wanted. And I, like, immediately was like, okay, so she's my barber now. She knows exactly what I want. And so she's my barber now. like that willingness to just like not take what I say for granted because I'm not an expert is like it's not even that she read me like a book. It just shows that she like knew what she was doing, and I was like, no, you're my go-to barber now because like at my job I work with people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about all the time, who think that they're an expert on stuff that they have no right to be, even though I know I'm right. And then like hearing her say that was like very refreshing to be like, oh yeah, I was just wrong, and it's okay to be wrong, especially like when I'm somebody who's very particular about my hair, and every time I was getting it cut, it was getting cut wrong, and the problem was me. And for her to have the balls to be like, no, you were wrong and dumb, was like very, very refreshing. Instead of, because barbers that I had in the past just would like, would just cut it how I asked, and then I would hate it. It wasn't their fault in hindsight. Also, yeah, my job. Don't even get me started on my job. I'm really, like, I've said this a bunch of times, but I really do not want to be in a rep position by the next time they, like, change our schedules around. Because of stuff like Friday, where we know Friday is going to be hell, I just do not want to have to deal with it anymore, or at least not deal with it in the way that I'm dealing with it right now. I don't know, in a perfect world, I'll become the next fucking Ludwig, and I won't have to work a desk job, because I hate it. But, like, I think I would just hate any work after a while. If I was CEO, ooh, I'd make some great changes. I'd probably end up getting fired in like the first week by the shareholders because I would be like cutting costs. Well, like cutting consumer costs, I mean. But I'd make like the facilities for employees better. Also, I feel like we should have gotten a message by now telling us that like the number in the outbreak has gone down. Am I crazy? I feel like we haven't seen that at all. I have a kid living in Japan, yeah, except I don't want to move to Japan. It does align with PewDiePie that I would want to move to Germany, though. But probably not for good reasons that it aligns with him. I just think moving to a country where they primarily don't speak your language is terrifying to me. Like, even like a trip to Japan would stress me out. I feel like Northernlion is talking about like when he goes to Japan, like having to like plan out what he's gonna order for lunch like 3 hours in advance, and I'm like, I could not handle the stress. I can barely even order fucking McDonald's in the U.S. Unless I learned Japanese. But like if I move to like somewhere like Germany, like they speak English, like as like a second language there. Also, it definitely should have been like the number in the outbreak has gone down. Is the outbreak like down here? Maybe? Maybe this is the outbreak, and it was just underground. It's when he's in these caves. It's like, how do I even? You're stressed at work. Yeah, well, I mean, my rule is always like, don't quit until you have another one set, like another job. As much as I wouldn't mind if you came and moved in over here, like, I don't remember what you do for work, to be fair, though. But you seemingly get. I mean, I know we're like around where you live, so like you're able to go on trips and able to live there pretty, like seemingly relatively happily. You gotta make a decent amount of money. Maintenance supervisor. Okay, I mean. So this. I feel like this outbreak has been like exceptionally long. I think maybe we had to come underground, but there's a lot of chestpins over here. Yeah, last stream we got a shiny Petalil, a shiny Bellsprout, and then 2 shiny Charcadets that we are gonna turn into Armarouge and Ceruledge. But I gotta boot up Pokemon Violet to evolve the other Charcadet. There we go. Okay, we got a message saying that the outbreak number is going down. That's what I was. Okay, so just all those ones that we killed up top did not count. Spent like 10 minutes killing Chespin for no reason. The good thing though is that there's no other grass types in this cave. So once I hit a level 3 sandwich, it's going to be like the only thing that spawns really, and like the occasional, spawn that's not Chespin, but like instead of it being like Chespin and Joltik and Electric and Rotom. I don't think who else has a Mega that I would want for ZA. I already have a shiny, like there's something I've already leaked, and I already have a shiny of one of them that is leaked. I should probably get a shiny Zygarde, but that requires Dynamax Adventures, and it's like the hardest Dynamax Adventure to win. I know that there's a shiny, or Mega Malamar is being announced on like tomorrow. Chespin, yeah. All the leaks say that the Kalos starters are getting Megas, so I already have a shiny Delphox, so I was going to get a Chestnut and a Greninja. It's funny, like I feel like I have like for my living decks, I have like a weird like spattering of Pokemon that I have shiny. Like I have a shiny Frogadier, but I don't have a Proki or a Greninja. And like I have a Braixen and a Delphox, but I don't have a Fennekin. Definitely getting lower. I need to get to the one that says there's not many left. See, also Tynamo in the electric line is one of those Pokemon that I want to hunt sometime, but I feel like the Tynamo shiny is so like it would be impossible to tell in this game. I think my favorite Pokemon games are X and Y, but I think shinies were really fumbled in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is my hot take. I also, my other hot take is that I don't like the fact that there's now a rift in the Pokemon timeline. which is if a game has megas in it, that means that it's one part of the timeline, and if it doesn't have megas in it, it's another part of the timeline. So like that's how like remakes are. Like some remakes are, but some remakes are in the original continuity and some aren't. Like Let's Go takes place in obviously the X and Y timeline because it has megas in it for some reason. And same thing with Sun and Moon. Maybe 2 seconds, I just got a message I gotta look at. There's been a timeline, yeah. I mean, the timeline was pretty basic before. It was just, you know, red and blue, then gold and silver, then, you know, ruby and sapphire. Like, they were in order of release, essentially. But after Gen 5, Gen 6 happened, and I forget the exact lore. It's either something to do with, like, the ultimate weapon, or it's, like, the meteorite that brought the Megastones to like that reality, but it splits off. Yeah, so somewhere in Gen 6. If Ethan was here, he could tell us. But yeah, it's like a split timeline. So anything that happens with Megastones is a part of like the new timeline, and then there are still games that happen in the old timeline, like fucking. Trying to think. Was there a new game that happens? Like, I assume like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet may be in the original timeline, but there's no megas in them. Yeah, I don't. It's honestly probably better if you pulled up like not many left. Okay, cool. So we're at the maximum. So now we'll want to make a sandwich. Hold on. While I'm pulling, let me pull up the Pokemon. Pokemon timeline. Yeah, so there's a mega timeline and a non-mega timeline. So in the mega timeline, in the non-mega timeline, it goes Fire Red Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire Emerald, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Pokemon Black and White 2, and then Sword and Shield. And then Gens 6 and 7 are in like the initial timeline. Are in the mega timeline. And then I assume that because Sword and Shield is a part of it, that means that Scarlet and Violet would also be a part of the main timeline. There's no Mega Stones in it. Unless at which point they mention Mega Evolution, but I don't think they do. And we don't know about Legends Arceus, because Legends Arceus also wouldn't mention the Mega Stones, because it predates the Mega Stones coming to Earth by like quite a substantial amount of time, as far as I'm aware. I'm pulling up. I need to pull up the sandwich calculator. Give me just a second. Ethan sent it to me. I gotta find it in my Firefox. Actually, jalapeno, chili, and salty and sweet. Nope, they don't. Because they had G-Max, which is different. What's a jalapeno? What? Oh. You know, what was it? It was sweet. Sweet and salty? Sweet and salty, okay. I don't remember them mentioning it. I know, like, also, the fucking... Sometimes in this minigame, the color, like, the lighting engine fucks up. Like, look at how bright that sandwich is. Yeah, I know in anime, Mega is mentioned, but anime has always been considered its own timeline. Because if you think it, like, Ash doesn't exist in the games, like, at all. At least as far as we know. Like, Ash is red. So now we look for him to have a different colored beanie. I always perceived it as beanie. I guess it's more of a hood. I remember in the anime, Clement had a chest spin, if I remember correctly. It was interesting, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't think did Clement have an electric type? Like, on his, like, traveling team? He had Chespin, he had Apom, I'm pretty sure. No, he had Apom and maybe he had, like, Heliolisk or something? I'm trying to remember. Did he have a Pangoro? Or was that Serena that had a Pangoro? I know Serena had a Sylveon, and she had fucking Fennekin. I remember back when I was a kid, like, watching Pokemon X and Y, it was so sick when it was like a catching episode. Like, oh shit! Like, you know, they're getting like a new guy. Like when Ash got, because I know Ash's team. It was Talonflame and Goomy and Pikachu, obviously, and Greninja. But like, and Noivern, and he had one other one. Why am I spacing on his last Pokemon? My thing about X and Y is, fun fact, there's a random episode in X and Y where Darkrai just shows up for no reason and gives them all nightmares, and it's like, presumably they just came up with the idea for like a nightmare episode and then had to work backwards from there. But like, Darkrai's not in Kalos. Like, there's no like special event. You can't like talk to an NPC who gives you a quest to like go find Darkrai. He's just not in the game. He was only like at that point, like a giveaway Pokemon, and then they randomly were like, yeah, this episode of X and Y is them being tormented by Darkrai. That always like sat with me. I'm like, why though? Like, why did Darkrai show up to the random camp that Ash and Serena and Bonnie and Clement were at, give them nightmares, and then just fuck off? Seems, especially if it's the same Darkrai from the movie, it's incredibly out of character. Because I've seen that movie, and Darkrai is like misunderstood. Well, the issue is that we're talking about X and Y. Darkrai was already a thing at this point, but he was an event-only mythical Pokemon in Gen 4. So it's 2 gens later, and they randomly are like, yeah, here's fucking this mythical Pokemon from 2 generations ago who already had a movie just randomly showing up again to be like kind of the antithesis of what Darkrai was believed to be in the movie. Mythical mythicals are. I have like a beef with the way that Nintendo and Game Freak handles fucking mythical Pokemon and legendary Pokemon, which is they're at a point where they've like kind of implied that the lore is like there's like they're mythical, but there's like a bunch of them. Like Celebi, for example, we see in the movie that there's like 100 Celebi, but like I don't know, and like my thing with like the recent legendaries is that they've all been kind of fucking not legendaries. Like I think Miraidon and Koraidon should be retroactively demoted. They are just versions of Cyclizar from the future. Spoilers for this game. They're just versions of Cyclizar from the future and the past, which I don't feel like quantifies being a legendary Pokemon. Yeah, see, that is the understanding that the movie gives you, and then at the very end of the movie, when Celebi, kicks the bucket, like 1,000 of them come out of portals and like bring it back to life. And same thing kind of goes for Mew, honestly. Mew was supposed to be like only one left, but over time, like it also brings into like we know for a fact that shiny legendaries exist in this world too. So it means that there's at least 2 of every legendary, or at least at one point there was like 1,000 of them, 8,000 of them. If base odds are 1 in 8192, it means that there was at least 8,000 Rayquazas at one point. Because we see a shiny Rayquaza in the Hoopa movie. So and we've also seen, I think, other shiny legendaries in the past. We also know that there's more than one Latios and Latias in that movie. There's multiple of them as well. I also think that movie's kind of crazy, the Latios and Latias movie, because in every other Pokemon movie, like the mythical or the legendary gets like injured and it's sad and Ash cries or whatever, and then someone's like, "Wait, try this, mythical item and see if it fixes them," and then it does. But like, fucking in the Latios and Latias movie, Latios just dies. He doesn't come back. There's another Latios that we see at the end of the movie. But Latios the one that's in that movie just straight up dies. And no one talks about that. Like, he's like one of the only mythicals and legendaries. Oh, there's a shiny. That's not good. Actually, it's probably not that bad. But it does take a little bit of damage every time. Much he does kind of weaken himself a little bit, making him easier to catch, but it's like shiny hunting Beldum in Gen 7 is really dangerous because it has takedown, and that Pokemon has a capture rate of 3. With most legendaries right now are like 45 capture rate. It's still like the hardest to catch Pokemon. So there are many videos online that you can find of people failing shiny Beldum because they tried like 100 Pokeballs, they didn't work, and then it finally like killed itself with takedown. So we have at least a shiny Chespin. Let's keep running around and see if we can find 2 more. And the reason that we want 2 more is I do a living dex, so I want a Chespin, a Quilladin, and a Chestnut. Let me actually save before I forget. And we already used the Herba, so we may as well. How long did that take? 10 minutes, okay. If we keep up that pace, we should be able to get 2 more. My biggest issue with the Switch 2 version of this game, which is what I'm playing it on, is that too many Pokemon spawn. There was I got a shiny, I forget which Pokemon it was, Hawlucha. When I was hunting Hawlucha off stream, that was like, if you can see like those far off spider webs, it was like that far away, and I was like, I think, like, I squinted and I was like, I think that's the shiny, but I couldn't tell if it was just the shadows because it was so far away or what. But yeah, it was like, it was the shiny. I'm like, that's. What am I looking at? Oh, it's a sleeping Chespin. I was like, something orange on the ground. I hope it's not the shiny. And then it was a sleeping Chespin. But also, like, the more Pokemon there are, it means I just have to, like, look over all 25 Chespin and be like, okay, I'm not seeing any orange. Or brown, or whatever, like red. Burnt sienna. These sleeping Chespins piss me off. I can't see what color their hat is, and that's like the only tell. Motherfuckers, wake up! I also got into, before stream, I talked about W place, like, drama, but like, in my local area, I'm working on a tribute to Haru Urara, as she passed away today, which I put the title to talk about before since I will cry. And somebody in my area who locked out an area that was, I'm not kidding. Once the square of what they're planning on making is done, 250,000 pixels wide, and like that's the area from corner to corner. Is 250,000 pixels. I encroached on about 1,000 of them to do like the horse, and they were like, "Can you move that?" Like they messaged me on Discord. They're like, "Can you move that?" And I was like, "No." I'm not, like, what are you even gonna put there? And they were like, well, it's gonna be a white border. I'm like, okay, so my actual art is gonna cover up, and I did the math, 1%, 1.1% of the total area that the art is going to take up, like your total art is going to take up. No offense, but like, be so for real. And eventually they just kind of were like, okay, fine, like have your horse. And I was like, yeah, it's also like a mod. It's like a monument to a deceased racehorse that I like a lot. So like, it's also kind of fucked up to think like, because they're drawing like some like manga panel, I think, to be like my those precious, you know, 2,000 pixels that would have only been white space anyway. And I had to censor another piece of artwork because I drew Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog with big old titties. And someone messaged me and was all mad and was like, "How can you draw that? That's disgusting." And I was like, because she's hot. And they were like, "Well, the rules say no NSFW," and I was like, "Okay, so report it to a moderator, and I'll be more than happy to like follow what their decision is." But she was wearing like, you know, like those bathing suits that are like the tiny bikinis that go from like the shoulders, like, and then like down over the nipples, and then like down to the crotch, like one of those ones. I want to say like G-string, but that's probably not the right what I'm looking for. But yeah, it was her wearing one of those, and they were like, "I'm in a group that like is to clean up, you know, state I live in," and I'm like, "Okay, but you're not a moderator," and like, "Well, we'll just cover it with other art then." And I'm like, "That's malicious, and I can prove that it's malicious. Like, you don't have really a claim here." And then I was like, "I can make like if you want, I can make the bathing suit less overtly NSFW. I'm not changing her body type like to meet your weird Puritan standards." And they were like, "Okay, fine." So I literally just removed like, you know, like the string like down like the front. I just removed that and made it like more bikini esque, like added a string in the middle. But I was like, I shouldn't have to censor this. And if like moderators allow that stuff on W Plays as long as there's no overt nudity present, which there wasn't. It was just, you know, the implication of nudity. And then I kind of picked the person's brain. I'm like, why do you have an issue with this? And they're like, well, we go around to like other people. I'm like, okay, so like, do you just like Nazi stuff too? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so you think that Nazi stuff and a woman's body are like equally important? I'm like, well, we definitely let like some things definitely take precedent. And I'm like, okay, well, like there are other places in the world where I've seen like, you know, lollies being depicted in a similar fashion. Like, go to fucking what is it, like Austin, Texas on W Place? It's like that's like fucking covered in that shit. I'm like, go to fucking Austin, Texas and do it. Like, don't fucking be mad because you think like, you know, the art I'm making is uncouth. Like, and the other thing was they gave me the argument of like, what if a child sees that? And it's like, okay, one, I've been seeing fucking Kate Upton on the cover of like swimsuit, like Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, since I was fucking 4 years old in my fucking school library. But also, like, again, she's wearing a bathing suit, and if a woman's body makes you feel uncomfortable, you're the weirdo. Like, but that's me getting on a soapbox about like women's body. I also, I will admit I did go a little far, and I gave her a bush, but that's my right as a fucking American. I was at Walmart earlier, and so a funny story happened to me is I was on DoorDash. I had to order. It was like I don't even remember what it was. It was like medicine or like a case of soda or something. And I went to I went to like my local CVS on DoorDash because I get student discount at DoorDash even though I'm not a student because my email was used to register for college that I never went to. Um, and so it's like cheaper for me to just like order, you know, like if I need like soda or like rosemary or chives or some shit just from like CVS or like a local grocery store for like pennies on the dollar. And the top like it was like popular in your area section at the top of the CVS was all sex stuff. It was uh KY jelly, like lube. It was like vibrating butt plugs, like that one women's sex toy that looks like a phone. Um, like like a generic brand stroker. Like the entire like popular near you was just like sex toys. And I was at Walmart, and the reason I brought this up is because I was with my mom, and like I would say like me and my mom are very like open with each other about like personal stuff. We don't really care about each other's like personal lives. But like we were in like that section looking for something else in Walmart, and I was like, I explained it to her, and she's like, I didn't even know you could buy this stuff at Walmart. And I was like, yeah, well, not everybody has access to or wants to go into a sex store. Like every person I know who, like every at least woman I know who's been to a sex store has been like, yeah, it was very uncomfortable. Like, whoever was running it was like some weird man. And I'm like, yeah, that, like makes total sense. Like, if you're a woman and you want to buy a fucking sex toy, you don't want to wait for it to be shipped. Like, yeah, walk into Walmart, go to the sex toy section, buy a vibrator, and then take it to self checkout. Internet shit itself. You didn't even hear my rant about like sexual openness and availability to buy sex products. Well, my thing too is like I've always been of the opinion of like, yeah, I was talking about like how Walmart sells like vibrators and stuff, and how my mom thought it was weird. And I was like, when you were like, I positioned it to her, I was like, if you were like 13 and you were like starting to get interested in your sexuality, would you rather it be repressed, or would you rather have like an easy option to kind of handle that rather than seeking like not that premarital sex is inherently bad, but like teenage sex, risking teenage pregnancy. And my mom used to work with like teen parents, and was like, no, that makes like kind of positioned it to her that way, and she was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And I was like, yeah, like an easy, cheap way for people to access sex products like is objectively good across the board. I'm adjusting my posture. Hold on. I did kind of get into a slump. Also, yeah, you now have a founder's badge because you're one of the first 10 people who subscribed. It's very funny. Fucking, I forget who it was. I think it was Nate. Nate Cicade, like, gifted me a sub. And I think he streamed on my birthday, and he gifted me a sub. And then, but wasn't already subbed. So now there's a random person that follows me, which could very well be a bot, who has a gifted Winifred sub and has the founder's badge. And then I was like, Nate, just so you know, you don't have the founder's badge, even if you gifted it. Like, you have to have the sub. And he was like, oh. And then he ended up subbing. But I was like, yeah, so now some random fucking bot account has one of my 10 founder's badges. Yeah, it's also interesting, like, how much I make on ads on this stream, because I don't, like, granted, I'm streaming a little early. Usually, I stream a little bit later or earlier. But I kind of am somewhere in the middle because I had errands to run. Like, on ads. Also, hold on, I need to turn off. Has that been there the whole time? Oh no, it probably just popped up because Wikitech's been like broken recently. Also, I need to get the other emotes done, but one of my friends offered to do them for free, and I feel bad like pestering her to make them. But also, that was a month ago, and I have one for 5 that she said that she wanted to rock. So maybe I'll see if I can get her to do the other one more tomorrow, if she's free. Because it is September, so gifting subs and buying subs in advance Is it a discount? Also, we're behind pace now. We have 6 minutes left on the sandwich, and we only found one shiny chestman. I will say I won't complain too much because I could probably. I did not hear what you did in Quack's stream. I don't really keep up with their streams as much as I used to. I pop in from time to time, but I've noticed like I'm there for like the first hour, and then they do like the world's least funny bit. Oh, was that you? I heard that on Carson's stream, complaining about like gifting subs on mobile, which is kind of true. I sub on mobile, but the only reason I do it is because it's easier. Like, I'll pay the extra couple of dollars to have all my subscriptions in the same, like, biller through Apple, rather than having them billed through Twitch, and having, like, random Twitch charge on my bank account. But yeah, gifting, like, on mobile is fucking absurd. Especially for gifting, like, multiple at a time. You're spending $2 extra per sub. For sub 6 months at a time. Yeah. I don't know. I have like subs that I've been keeping up for a long time, and I feel bad about like ending them. Especially when it's like, I don't know, like financially, I don't really mind $5, but like there was a point like a couple months ago where like I needed that $5. Like I had to like cancel a bunch of subs. Because at the end of the day, like, the only sub, like, I really need, quote unquote, is the CMC sub, because it means I can access sub chat, and that has been a helpful tool when I need assistance. Or when I like need help with something in like a game, but like otherwise, like everyone else is like emotes, but also I pay for Turbo too, so I get no ads. I'm still live, right? The stream on my phone paused, and I had an issue crashing recently, so I'm worried about it. Brett, if you can hear me. Oh, I am lagging wicked bad. Still live, but stream is fucked. Well, that's not good. Fucked in what way? I'm just frozen? Why is it doing this? I don't know. Maybe now crash? I mean, I can Why is it doing this? Is there audio? Am I live again? Am I back? I should be back. Okay. I should be. There's gotta be like a better way to do this. This has been an ongoing issue. Is my stream crashing like an hour in? I can't tell why it's doing it. It like freezes and then it crashes. Usually it crashes like straight up. And I'm watching my stream from my phone, so I assume I'm back up. We'll get a shiny and a luxury ball one of these days. The only issue is that the Pokemon in this area scale to your level. So all the Chespin are going to be like level 60. And luxury balls are no more powerful than a Pokeball is. Fun fact. They just give, I think, higher like happiness points. Also, I chose the Dusk Ball because I like to have themed balls, but the fact that it like goes from green to that orange is why I like that ball for it. It kind of references both the colors of Chespin, which I think is neat. But I'm not like a shiny ball purist. Like I'm more focused on the Pokemon than the ball. So there's like a bunch of shinies and like quick balls that they're just the most effective ball. Also, that's 2. Do we try and go for a 3rd and try and get the whole line today? Oh, there goes our sandwich. The horse. Don't talk about the horse. It's the one thing I said not to bring up. A famous racehorse passed away today. That's the horse in question that I was a big fan of. and that my friends are big fans of. So I've been kind of an emotional mess about it today. And I assumed that one of those friends who is a fan of them might stop in. So it was kind of like a warning, like if like one of my friends dropped by the stream, not to talk about the horse in question. Because I don't, if I'm honest, I don't get a ton of my friends viewers. But welcome in. Is it a shiny Rotom? I don't think it is. No, it's definitely not. More like rage tears? What could that possibly mean? What horse makes you that mad? We've already gotten 2 shiny Chespins today. I'm wondering if we go for a third, even though we're not going to have... Oh, stupid Calyrex. Yeah, don't... My friend is really into, like, VGC. He's not here right now, but I'm sure he would have a lot to say about Calyrex and Spectrier and that whole, like, combo. Horse is stronger than me, better than me, cooler than me. I mean, I don't know if that's true. You could, I mean, I guess by horse standards, maybe. I don't, like, I can be honest, I think if I was a human, I'd be a pretty ugly horse. But I think by human standards, most horses are pretty ugly humans, if you think about it. Unless you're a horse. And no one's team. Well, do you really want a fucking, like, I don't know, who's VGC relevant right now? Do you want an Incineroar to, like, fucking rip your face off? Because my take is that if I had to choose... I'm not trying to fight Dondozo or fucking Incineroar. I could take on Indeedee. I bet Indeedee Pokemon I could beat in a fight tier list. Disclaimer, I am not a bird. You know what? I appreciate this disclaimer. Also, every time I see Rotom, I think he's shiny, but that's definitely a normal Rotom. Surely we get the Chespin. Yeah, it's more red. I know. The lighting in this game always just throws me off. Like, everything from afar looks like it could be shiny. Do you ever do the thing when you're shiny hunting where you see a Pokemon and for like 0.1 second your brain gaslights you into it being shiny, and then you have to like process and be like, no, that's not shiny, and my brain's just doing that thing where it tricks me. Can't shiny to save my life. I mean, this game makes it exceptionally easy. Like, I mean, I guess it depends on your preferred like game or what have you have access to. I think everyone can shiny hunt. It just depends on what method you like. Like, I'm a sucker. I really like SOS chaining in Gen 7. I really am not a huge fan of Scarlet and Violet hunting, but I do it for, like, Pokemon that, like, can't really be SOS chained or chain fished or even, like, Friend Safari'd in previous games, like the starters in specific. I need to also get the fossils at some point. Like, 10 shinies enough. I think my thing with shinies is I think it's just an interesting... Like, I want to get a shiny Dex, a living shiny Dex, which I'm, like, halfway done with right now. But I just think it's, I don't know, it's something to do. Like, this Grimmsnarl, that's a good choice. It turns, like, all white, right? Like, whitish gray. I don't think I have any of that line shiny, funnily enough. I have not hunted most of the Gen 8 Pokemon because they're hard to hunt. But who knows? Maybe after we get the Chespin, if I see an Impidimp outbreak, maybe we'll get one. Because Gen 8 is definitely the one that I have the least shinies from. Think of one of your favorite colors. Those are good. That's good. I'm an orange. Like I'm yellow and orange. My 2 favorite colors. I like the warm colors. But pink and white is good. But I'm also I'm a bit of a Hello Kitty boy. I love Sanrio, so pink and white is basically my melody. I like My Melody and My Sweet Piano. Shiny. Is it? No, okay. That one. That's also one where I can't ever tell. It just like changes the hue a little bit, right? Actually, before we keep doing this, let me check my shiny decks and see if I have any of them already. Okay, I do not have any of the Chespin line shiny already. I have it back. So we do need a third one. I could also always just like go hunt something else, but I feel a little set. I also could hunt Quilladin in Gen 6, but like, do I want to? That is truly the question. Could also make another sandwich, but if I did, I'd have to like hope I got it in like the first 10 minutes of the sandwich. Otherwise, I'd be like a waste of herba. I feel like to get one shiny. I could do. Maybe I make an encounter sandwich. Maybe that's what I'll do. Rice, chili sauce, olive oil, salt. What it said, right? Yes. Making the world's most fucked up sandwich right now. I love the lighting bug, where I just can't see anything. I'm gonna call you String. String, if you're still in chat, who's your favorite Pokemon? Is it fucking like that evolution line, or is it someone else? I'm trying to think of white pink Pokemon. Citadel. Wait, ideally, if we have more encounters, we'll see more Chespin. Yeah, we're seeing way more Chespin. Which in theory, if we're seeing, let's see, if we're doing like 20 Chespin. I don't know what the odds are with Shiny Charm and with maximum, like, raid. Also, I'm gonna... Oh, you know what I need to do, actually? Hold on. There we go. I was wondering why my streams, like, or the model on stream was being so, like, drifting. It's because it was getting nighttime, so my stream room was getting darker, and so my model was, like, less and less synced, so I turned the light on. We could honestly do it like kind of like horde encounters and just keep resetting. Like look around, see nothing, do pick. Not seeing a shiny. No shiny there. We pick. This is probably pretty efficient, right? It's also fucked up that when I slouch forward, like it can the model picks up on it a little bit. So when my posture is bad, you can tell. So I'm like leaning in to look at the screen. All I did was I joined a secret channel in my Discord for my friends, so if they wanted to pop in on into DC, they could, because I'm just shiny update a ton going on right now. I'm sure some banter would be appreciated. Find your message. Give me just a moment. Sorry, I'm messaging. A lot of nothing. I keep seeing the ears of Bustle keep throwing me off because it's like red and we're looking for like reddish orange, reddish brown. And it's also like the right body type, like the small little guy with the big head. Oh, I'm in live, like an hour and a half. We'll go for a bit. I think we go until we get Despin, I feel like. I think what else I did today. I was looking for figures, and man, my local Walmart is abysmal. Like they don't have like that. There's been that new thing at like Walmart's where it's like the collector's alley, and they'll have like fucking like they'll have like a whole aisle, and it'll have like Marvel Legends and McFarlane figures and Transformers and stuff. And my local Walmart does not have one of those. It just you go to the toy section and it's like, do you want the same 3 Transformers that we've had stocked since like 6 months ago? If I get in a cave, yeah, I am in a cave because I'm trying to get the last Chespin. We got 2 Chespins while my sandwich is active. Now I need 1 more, and I don't want to spend 2 Herba on the 3rd Chespin. But I'll probably go for another half an hour, 45 minutes, because I did the order dinner at some point, but I'm not super hungry right now, but the place I want for dinner is going to close at like 7:30, so... We just want the funny brown and orange guy. Also, Ethan, you missed it because you left last year. Also, Ethan, bitrate, still a problem. Or not bitrate, but like crashing, still a problem. Like, if you notice that my stream says I've been live for 24 minutes, that's because I had to end stream because it crashed. It completely froze, and I didn't have a way to fix it. So, I will say I did slightly turn the bitrate up from what we set it to, but it's because I feel like it made the game look like shit. Like when it was streamed. And I still feel like it looks kind of choppy when I look at it in Streamlabs, but... I also have art coming of my VTuber model. It's a version of it that I'll probably use as a profile picture for a bit. from good friend of the stream, Nate. So if you want to help support what will surely be an expensive commission, because I love Nate, but it is pretty pricey and for a valid reason. September! It's September! Also, tomorrow is the Malamar thing. I would... Maybe I'll record a reaction to it, but I don't think I'm gonna get up and stream. It will likely be like a 3-minute reveal. It'll also be really funny if it's not Mega Malamar, and it's just like... Oh, hey, look. There we go. Level 73 Chespin. Jeez, I wonder if this thing still has Woodhammer. I have beef with Pokemon, which is that if it shakes at all, you know it didn't catch. It takes kind of I feel like it takes the fun out of it. Also, I opened Twitch when I was gonna make sure my stream was working, and fucking Taylor was playing TFT. Why? Why is he torturing himself like that? Yeah, this is what we got the last couple of days. Petalil, Ceruledge, that'll be an Armarouge, and then the Chespins. Which one? Did we get a female? No. So this is going to be Chestnut, which we will name Bowser. I've always thought the shiny Chestnut looked like Bowser. And then we need Williden and like normal Chespin. Chespin. I'm trying to think. Pin Needle, Green Needle. Oh, you know what, actually? Where's your Donkey Kong stream? I don't know. I spent too much money today, so I didn't buy Donkey Kong. Oh, I didn't read your first message. Donkey Kong streams? Yeah, he's... I don't know, he's been playing the games he wants to play, and this is right. Do you like my funny joke of calling him Brainstorm? It's like that video where it's like Brainstorm versus Green Needle. And then this will be Quilladin. We'll call him Meatball. Wait, hold on. Let me... Actually, I'll do it after stream. I don't care. Okay, let's evolve these. So we'll take... And this will be Bowser. Maybe we do... maybe we can save it for the end of the stream, actually. I was gonna suggest doing fucking like Wordles, but we have some momentum, so I'm not gonna do that now. I should have just gone to rare candies. I don't know. I don't like EXP candies because it doesn't tell you exactly. Like, if it told you exactly how far one EXP candy would get you, I'd be like, oh yeah. I don't like that texture on the veins. Why he got a vein in it? Do you see like the veins on the understand like the underside of his like face? Do you see the veins? Do you see what I mean about him kind of looking like Bowser? He kind of has the same. There's like an alt costume in Smash Bros. It looks kind of like that, like kind of like shiny chestnut. And now we have a Quilladin named Meatball because he looks like a meatball. That one's. There are two clever names, and then there's one that's just he looks like a meatball, so his name is Meatball. This is not a shiny. But this is. Do I have space? No. Okay. What do we hunt now? Do we have anything else that I would want to hunt? Numel. Seadrosolosis. Pachirisu. Buizel. Staravia, we don't need. Toadschool, I have like a million of. That's like this game's version of Psyduck for me is Toadschool. Oh, oops, I mean, Tandemaus. I would love to hunt Tandemaus, except for the fact that I can't tell the difference between that. I actually don't have a Wooper. I don't have a Vullaby either. But we're looking primarily for ZA Pokemon. We could get Chikorita, that'd be cool. I'd also be open if we got an outbreak for the Gen 4 fossils. Also, that didn't update for some reason. Like if there was a Shieldon or what's the other one? Granados outbreak. Nover, we don't need. Snivy. I don't have any of them shiny. Spin again. I think I have a grass type sandwich still active. Yeah. I for sure do. Warfish we don't need. Actually, we have all of those Pokemon that was just there. Elder. I think we need a Oyster, but. Ghastly, I have that whole evolution line. Toadschool again. Hoppip again. How much longer do I have on that sandwich? 13 minutes. What if... What if we do this? Because I have a sandwich is going to affect the spawns for the next 13 minutes. Let's do some daily games while we wait. If that's okay with everybody else. Also, Ethan, that capture that we set up for video doesn't record audio for some reason, so we'll have to do some tech troubleshooting over the next couple of days if you're available. But let me turn this off, and then settings, window capture. And then change it to just chatting for a little bit. Okay. So let's start with this one because it's the one that I have open. Florence Pugh, Cillian Murphy, Zoe Kravitz. So Florence Pugh is obviously in. Oh wait, I should turn off fucking the game capture audio. Streamlabs. How do I mute just this once? Hello? Can I? Wait, I don't know. There we go. And now I can turn on. Okay, there we go. Hi. So Florence Pugh is in. She's in Thunderbolts. She's in Midsommar. She is in Oppenheimer. She is in Puss in Boots and the Last Wish. Let's do it for this. And then A through H for Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh movie. Oh, she's in Black Widow. That's probably the big one here. Is there another one that she's in that I would know? She's in that movie with Andrew Garfield. I don't know the name of. I'm just gonna say Black Widow. And then she's in Thunderbolts and Midsommar and Oppenheimer. I'm gonna say Thunderbolts, just because Cillian Murphy's here. I feel like it's gonna make people think Oppenheimer for that one. Cillian Murphy, he is in Batman Begins. I think he's also in The Dark Knight. Yeah. And he's in one. Which, like, no shit. The trick is that's like the 3 Cillian Murphy movies that I know. And then I know even less movies with her in it. There's obviously the big one, which is the Batman. And then she was also in, fun fact, the Lego Batman movie. She plays Catwoman in that as well. And then there's another movie with her. What is that movie that she's in? Like by her, it's like her, and she has like blue hair. Feels disingenuous to Google it, but I know what movie like it is. Is there any other movies that I know her that she's in? I actually don't know. Honestly, it's like just a one-word title. What am I thinking of? Kimi. That's what I was thinking of. I got the K. And the Batman were the top two. Okay, well, let's do. I like their movie Snake if it's a good one. Yeah, I know how to play. Liam Neeson or Jodie Foster. I don't know any Liam Neeson movies, if I'm being honest. 3 words in the title. The Naked Gun. Oscar-nominated film. The Phantom Menace, I think, has a visual effects Oscar. Yup. 2-word title. The A-Team. Contains the. Well, it could be the Naked Gun. It could be the A-Team. Let's do the A-Team again, I guess. I don't know like any Liam Neeson movies. Ted 2. 1970 to 1990. Ooh. Actually, don't know. A Liam Neeson movie from that time frame. 2010. Taken, I think, is 2009. Yeah. 2010 to 2025. Liam Neeson's in a bunch of stuff. I can do Ted 2 again. It's the funniest movie to put. Plays a real person. No idea. Okay. What's another good one? We can do Rule 30 Portal. Got it. Let's see. JJK or Dragon Ball. Yeah, Beerus. That's actually high. Oh, fuck. Unironically, a really hard one. Also, I think we'll just call this the end of stream. I'm gonna save on Pokemon. We'll just do this for the remaining part of the stream because I have to eat dinner in like 15 minutes. I have to order it, so let's just do this. Rouge the Bat or Judy Hopps? I feel like Rouge the Bat. I feel like Sonic fans are more insane. Yeah. Law or a random Devil May Cry character? Well, she's a woman, but Law I feel like is more. Yeah. Ooh, 2 animes I don't know anything about. Yeah, that was a toss-up, but it was pretty close anyway. Ooh, Cammy or Hinata? I actually don't. Cammy's been around longer, I think. I feel like it's way easy because this is her Street Fighter 6 look, but if you look at her old like Street Fighter 2 outfit, it's a lot easier to be like, actually, I'm gonna order food now, so that way once it's delivered, I should be done stream. I'm gonna say Cammy. Wow, that's fucked up considering one of those is a child. We take Lucy like every day of the week. Ooh, Overwatch. Mei. She's the only character in that game where I'm like, I would ever consider playing Overwatch again, just because I think Mei is hot. So if you look like Mei from Overwatch, hit my DMs immediately. Or if you're a cat boy in a purple hoodie. Some of you. To a message. We take Persona 5. Oh, wow. I'm worse at this than every time I do this, I'm humbled. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Genshin Impact girl or a Fate girl. They always put the two gachas against each other. Okay. Let's do Scrandle. Play daily. Last time I opened this, it crashed like the stream, so I guess it's not doing that again. Grilled meat with tortillas and chimichurri. That looks good as fuck. Can I be honest? Versus cheesy chips. Yeah, that's just like white American cheese sandwich with a pint or chicken and chips. That looks fucking like those are clearly like fucking frozen chicken tenders and fries, but like with the cheese sauce on top versus fucking what is that, like camembert cheese or like brie with 2 gherkin pickles on a piece of ciabatta. Breakfast wrap, 2 sausages, hash brown, bacon, egg, cheese. That also looks good as fuck. It looks like they put ketchup on it or hot sauce on it. Loaded roast potatoes with beef and gravy. That also looks good as shit. Why is the scramble today like good? I'm gonna take breakfast wrap. Yeah. Chicken hero box or premium rare Kobe beef bowl. There's no universe anyone takes that over this, right? Yeah. Much as I love euros, the Pitmaster, dude. Are you kidding me? Burnt ends, pulled pork, spiced chicken, jalapeno muffin, cream corn, and beans versus pepperoni pizza twist. It's fucked up. That's 89% comparatively. Gunner dog or chicken burger. This is hard today. They like put like actual good food. They're the same price. I think I go with this. Yeah. Chips with Nutella or pies and mash. See, this is when they give you the bullshit. I think that looks like French fries with poop on it, and this looks like throw up, but it comes with liquor. So, sausage and chips or chicken burger. We take chicken burger all day of the week. Pizza and beer from the United States. Yep, that tracks. Or chicken tikka and mint. It's so insane that this, like, granted, it's not like it's Scran, so it's not like gonna be like good quality or like crazy quality. But compared to pizza and beer for $18 is fucking absurd. And that's like cold. You can tell it's cold pizza. Curry in a cup or pie, chips, and gravy for $10. Wow. Okay. Fuck. We almost had a perfect game. At 9 out of 10. We can do this one. We can do connections. Bull hard taco, M&M, gulp, over under lap gulp. Egg is a 0. The egg can mean like goose egg. Egg, bull, snail. I think hard taco is throwing me off. Through, over under through. Watch. Over and done. And complete. And through. Yeah, it means finished. That's the yellow. Okay. Um, under belt. Shot. Trying to think of what these all. Hot shot. Hot slug. But that's like, there's no other, like, there's not like hot bull, hot snail. Followed by an expletive, bullshit. Like, I don't know. M&M and hard talk were throwing me off. What could M&M mean? Like it's like chocolate. It's in a shell. Oh, things in a shell. M&M, M&M, or M&M, egg, snail, and hard taco. Because M&M's had the candy shell. Yeah. Because they melt in your mouth, not in your hand. And then watch, belt, gulp, shot, under, lap. Lap? I feel like those types of dances. Belt, lap. Like those could be like racing, bull, slug, and bull. A slug is a bullet. Or there's like slugger. It could be things like ending in country or like hot. See, these ones, gulp and lap, are the ones that I can find connection for. It's like those are both like things you do to water, like you lap it up or you gulp it. Um, um, Belt is like to sing. We bullheaded. Shot. You can do shots. You can get a shot. Things that stab you. Bull and a shot. Things with like bands, like watching a belt. I have no idea. A swig, a belt, bulldog, lapdog, watchdog, underdog. Okay. I wouldn't have thought of dog for any of those. Gulp, shot, slug. I've never heard of like a slugging a drink or belting a drink. Belt to me is like an outward motion, like throwing up or like yelling. What else is there? We can do movie to movie. Billy Elliot to Blade Runner. Okay. Is there anyone in here that I know? I guess we just take Jamie Bell and see what else he's been in. Do we need to get to Harrison Ford, ideally. Harrison Ford was in Indiana Jones, and he was in Captain America. We can get to... Then we go to... We do Civil War, Anthony Mackie, Brave New World, Harrison Ford, Blade Runner. Not bad. 4. We can try box office game, even though I'm not really good at it, unless it's like some a period I'm good at. 1999. Matsumoto. Oh. Fucking, of course. It's fucking Pokemon, the first movie. I don't even know why I didn't just guess that right off rip. Also, that's the worst poster they could have used for. I hate that poster. The DVD poster. Where's the cool poster? 1999 Universal. Serial killer could be looking at his next victim. It's not Scream, is it? Scream was earlier. And this is November. But it's week 2. Could be like Scream. Is Universal Scream? No. Denzel Washington. What? A Denzel horror movie? I don't know if I know this. We know it's a horror movie, obviously. Angelina Jolie is in it? Queen Latifah is in it? What the fuck movie is this? Serial killer movie with Denzel. I don't know. Get touched by an angel. Ben Affleck. Oh, is this Good Will Hunting? No, Dogma. It's fucking Dogma. I fucking knew it. Like, if Wyatt was here, he'd be like, Dogma, yeah. This is also week 1. Sony Pictures, 1999. This is not Spider-Man, I don't think. Mila Jovovich, John Malkovich. Is it being John Malkovich? No, that was stupid of me. For God is with me. No idea. Susan Sarandon. A daughter who knows better. Natalie Portman. I don't know. I give up. Where's the give up button? Well, let's do Girl instead. I'm good at this one. Been around for a while. When was the last movie? Okay, so they're still acting. A movie that came out this year. It's a horror movie. No horror movies came out this year. Imaginary, Hard Eyes, Weapons, Megan is coming out. Five Nights at Freddy's came out. Fucking Conjuring, but I don't think it's Conjuring. Is there a franchise film they've done? Comedy, crime, thriller, action, adventure, comedy, crime, thriller has 3 letters. What? animation family. Okay, hold on. This is doable. 2001. Um, Animation 1996. Science fiction musical from 1969. What? All the movies that are from the 60s are Godzilla movies. Done a lot of horror. Like, they're a serious actor, obviously. They've done animated roles, but their only animated roles were like in the 2000s. And they have like, they did a family movie in 2022. They did horror this year, but I don't know what horror movie this year it would be. There's been a bunch of them. Let's just try an actor. Fucking. It's not the right age. It's older than Nicolas Cage. Hi Nate. I'm doing actor role and I'm failing greatly. We could do like they were in a horror movie this year. Yeah, this is actor role. You basically have to try and guess the actor based off of like very limited information. I want to see like if you get an actor, it'll fill in like one of these movies to tell you that they're in it. I want to see like maybe if I just do like Samuel L. Jackson. So close. Is he in any of these movies? No. We're looking for somebody in like their 80s. I have no fucking idea. What? Not Christopher Lee. He's dead and was not in a movie this year. Fucking, I have no fucking clue who this could be. An actor in their 80s or older than 76. That was in a horror movie this year. Fucking. I don't know shit about. Yeah, it's my thing. It's like this is like my one blind spot is like old actors. I don't know. It was they were in a horror movie this year, and it's not like I named all the horror movies I can think of that came out this year: Weapons, Imaginary, Hard Eyes, fucking. There's got to be one I'm missing. Unhelpful. I don't know. These need to have a give up button. I can just name random actors. Fucking. I don't know. Will Ferrell. Chris Pratt. They're really gonna make me type all of these. Fucking, I don't know. Clint Eastwood. No, that's too old. I need somebody between Clint Eastwood. I don't know. Fucking. Sure, it's not what I meant to type, but let's do Dan Aykroyd. Sure. Fucking Bill Murray. I don't know. Richard Dreyfuss? I have no fucking idea who that is. He's in Jaws. Fucking... Oh, he's in the George Bush movie with fucking... What's his name? Into the Deep. I've never heard of this movie in my life. These are all fake movies. They've created a fake person. I recognize W because it has fucking Josh Brolin in it. Piranha 3D ass. W is apparently good. A spin-off of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, this one does not count. Like he's in like 3 movies that I've heard of, and the rest of them are like insane. Like Jaws, American Graffiti, like I know those ones, but like what's another dull that I can do before I end stream, before my food arrives? You missed Scrandle. I got 9 out of 10 on Scrandle. We had Rule 34 dull, we did Connections. We can do while I wait for you to reply with a suggestion. I don't know. I don't know that many fish. Oh well. What's a dole that we can do? We're done Wordle. Fucking start with Mario Odyssey. Okay. Well, it's not on Switch, but it's from more recently than 2017. So actually, that's really helpful. It's not adventure platform, so it's not like Spelunky. It could be like no, because that's on Switch now. I had Derek U on the brain because I'm listening to Spelunky soundtrack. It could be like more recent game that's not Switch, like Baldur's Gate. Okay, so it's at least on PS5, Windows, or Xbox. It is isometric. It's from not from 2023, so it's between 2017 and 2023. 2022. I'm trying to think of games that came out in 2021, 2022, 2018. Isometric is what's throwing me off. In-house engine. Isometric, like bird eye view game. Civ. 5? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I have no fucking clue. Fantasy action. It's multiplayer. Multiplayer isometric. What? Multiplayer isometric fantasy game from 2019 onwards? I have no fucking idea. What? Um I have no idea. We know it's not an action game. Strategy game. Riot Games. Oh. Fucking an isometric league game or isometric Riot game from 2018 or newer. What has Riot made recently? It's not Teamfight Tactics, is it? It's not League, obviously. It's not Valorant. I guess we try. No way. My friend is literally playing this on stream right now. You could open his stream, which is probably where we'll raid to, and he's playing that. That dragon looks so familiar. Also, I'm gonna probably end up ending stream after this game because my food's here. Dragon. I don't know. Dragon. Dogma. Dragon's Dogma. I don't know. Conan. I don't know what this is. Wait, is this Golden Axe? Right, franchise. Golden Axe 2? Wow, we got it. Yeah, we'll do artwork real quick. What? Oh, oops. Oh, fucking, I was close. I was so close on that first guess. You have to give me it. Fucking depressed RPG. Come on, you gotta give me pointers. I saw the fucking bright colors. Maybe we'll play that on stream sometime. But also, isn't the person who made it, like, wicked, like, pedophile? Character. That's Mr. Call of Duty. Soap McTavish. Soap. Hello? I don't know. Fucking. Oh, is it Marcus Phoenix? No. Is our character's name Tex? That's that's Neocortex. Belt. This is definitely. Is this not Gears of War? Am I supposed to know who this is? If not Gears of War? I don't know, man. Call of Duty. From Grayson Hunt from Bulletstorm. I don't even know what Bulletstorm is. Keywords. Tactician, camouflage, turn-based realism. Sequel. Hired Guns, The Division 2. Rainbow Six Siege. Fucking, I don't know. Sounds weapons, government. Is it fucking Metal Gear Solid? I don't know. Contra? Jet. Okay, the games today have been fucking not real. But I am gonna call it because my food is here. I've been live for like 2 hours anyway, so I'm not feeling that bad about it. Appreciate everybody who stopped by. Nate, I appreciate you stopping by. Nate, fun fact for everybody, is doing art of me, but as like an actual dog. But yeah, I'll probably be live tomorrow. Hopefully earlier in the day. I had errands to run today, so that's why I went live a little bit later. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week if I don't catch you. And tip your waiters.